Welcome to episode number 16 of Meet the GIMP. My name is Rolf Steinort and I'm recording this in Bremen, northern Germany. As you can see here, GIMP 2.4 is out. The wait for the new version is over, and you can forget all the stuffs about unstable versions and so. From now on, 2.4 is the thing to use. And if you still use 2.2 something, upgrade to 2.4. And when you are using 2.3 something or the release candidates, I think it will be a good thing to upgrade soon. In the moment, the servers are a little bit overloaded. This whole afternoon I couldn't reach gimp.org, but now it is there. And by coincidence, they use nearly the same orange as I with Meet the GIMP. When you go to my website, meetthegimp.org, you see some new things on the sidebar there. One thing is a thing here, a gadget for subscribing. You can subscribe in Miro or the former Democracy Player, which do more than a third of my viewers. Or you can come by iTunes, which do nearly two-thirds, either about half and half iTunes on Windows and iTunes on the Mac. Or you can use this feed here. When you subscribe, your computer loads down the new episodes fully without your interaction, and you can watch them when they are there. You don't have to check for it. And I have some numbers to brag about. What's in for today? I have covered already the new GIMP 2.4. Look at this nice image here. And then I'll have a short interview with John Arnold from photowalkthrough.com, and he will draw in a purely scientific way, by sheer random choice, the winner of the triptych content, and then I'll show you the winners of all the images that have been sent for the content contest. And finally, I want to show you something with the GIMP. I got a mail with a new way to make a triptych or to make a frame, a for me new way. And so let's start. Now I have an interview with John Arnold from photowalkthrough.com. I did this interview in a very strange way. I searched hours for recording Skype with Linux, tried all the different ways that were published on the web, but nothing really worked. And so I just put my little video camera in front of the monitor and in front of the speakers too, and recorded this here live on scene. And therefore the sound isn't that terrific. During the interview, I'll show you images which were covered in photowalkthrough.com and some things about the workshop we are talking about. Talking now with John Arnold from photowalkthrough.com. Hi John, how are you?
Hi there Rolf, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Oh, that's good to hear. And congratulations again to having become a father now.
I'm just about getting through the sleepless night.
Oh, I can imagine that. You've got a site, photowalkthrough.com, and you're doing Photoshop. Can you tell me why people who are using the GIMP should go to your show and look at your stuff, and you're using Photoshop?
Sure. Well, I think the first thing to say is that I try very hard not to just talk about Photoshop. My main aim with Photo Walkthrough is to try and talk about how you can take your photographs to the next level with post-processing. And it just so happens that Photoshop is the tool I use to do that. But of course, as you know, everything you can do in Photoshop you can pretty much do in the GIMP as well. So a lot of the techniques that we cover in the show are transferable, but it's not really just the techniques, it's also the approaches to the photography and the ways of looking at the pictures you're producing, and how to get an idea, how to get from what came out of the camera to a piece of work that you might hang on your wall.
That's why I look at your shows too. You are far beyond the stuff I do in my show. I'm well, covering the basics, the how-to, and you are going way beyond that. And
I mean, I've enjoyed your show as well. I think you know, between the two of us, I think you've really got the makings of people should be able to achieve pretty much anything that they can imagine.
Yes.
So hopefully the two shows are complementary.
And you have a workshop coming up.
I do. Yes, next May. In fact, the bank holiday weekend in May, which is it's going to be. So we're going to cover a Monday. So you're going to have to take less time off work. I've got the dates here somewhere.
I'll show them in the show. And
you put the dates on the screen.
Yeah, I put them on the screen.
This is my new father brain that's completely forgotten all the details. Before the baby came, this all just came to mind readily. So yeah, at the beginning of May next year, we've got a very short workshop at a wonderful, wonderful stately home here in the UK, a place called Crewe Hall, which is hopefully going to provide us all of the views and the interesting details that we need. I mean, it's a proper English stately home that's been converted into a 4-star hotel, so it's a very luxurious hotel as well. And we've got a workshop room there, and we'll be doing obviously photography teaching, just like the sort of thing that Chris Marquardt does at his Learning to See workshops. And in fact, better still, we've actually got Chris there. So it won't just be me teaching, it'll be Chris Marquardt as well. So those of you that listen to Tips from the Top Floor will want to meet Chris, I'm sure. He's an excellent teacher. So that'll be next May, and if you'd like to find out about it, the address for that, for the details on that, is photowalkthrough.com/workshop. And all the details that I can't remember will be on the page there.
Yes, I've looked at that. It looks wonderful, and I feel that you'll get not much work done, because you'll be sitting there and eating sandwiches and drinking tea. It's wonderful.
I'll tell you what, this stately home does the most wonderful cream teas.
Yeah.
I don't know whether or not you have cream teas in Germany, but here in the UK we have a sort of a high tea concept, which is cups of tea and scones with jam and cream and little sandwiches with the crusts cut off and things like that. It's exactly that kind of hotel. They do just that kind of very posh, very luxurious cream tea, and it's great. So the cost of the course includes not only bed and breakfast, but also a lunch buffet that has all that kind of stuff on it, and an evening meal. That's all part of the price. So it should be not just a great photography few days, but also quite a luxurious break away from home. That's the plan, anyway.
That looks sounds very good.
Oh, and by the way, we're getting fairly close to full now. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this isn't just salesmanship. We really are. We're up to. I was aiming at sort of 15 people for the first sign up, and I think we're up to 12 now. I think so. I may be able to make a little extra room, but with some agreement from the hotel. But I don't want to add too many, because obviously I'd like to be as one-to-one with people as I can. So if you are thinking of signing up, then
hurry up.
Get your skates, before it does fill up, because there's some people that have expressed an interest that haven't sent me forms.
Yeah. Okay. I've had a competition from my viewers to build a triptych, and I need you to draw the winner. And I have 19 participants. Not bad for the first time I did something like that. Yeah. Just tell me a number between, let's say, 1 and 100, and I'll do a modulo 19 on that, and look who will be the winner.
Okay, so we just want a random number.
One number, random number between 1 and 100.
Okay,
Yeah.
in that case I'm going to pick 23, which is the date of my birthday.
23 and Mod 19. And we have number 4, and that is Blue Mojo. Blue Mojo wins a 1-year membership in 23 in my image hoster. They sponsored that.
Okay, congratulations, Blue Mojo.
Yeah, well, from me too. Thank you, John.
Okay. My pleasure, mate. Best of luck with the show, and I'll catch up with you later.
I got an email from Jason in New York, and he just stopped the show about the triptychs before I started or was really doing a triptych, and tried to find out a way for himself. And he found a different way with using layer masks. And I think I'll show you that in a quick way through it. I can't show you his image because he used images which are not free, and so I don't want to have some nasty letters from lawyers and so. Okay, using a layer mask, and I modified his concept a bit. Using a layer mask is easy for this, and I wonder why I hadn't that idea. So I have these 3 images here from a Jägermeister bottle. Well, very cool drink, I've heard worldwide, except here in Germany, where it's well, more a drink for bums and so on. Well, this was on the pavement, and I came along with my new toy, the Lens Baby, and I want to do a triptych with these 3 shots here. This one on the left side, this one in the middle, and this one on the right side, and I want to have not these exact square frames, but a bit well, a bit drunken and sluggish and so on. We'll see how this works out. First I need a new canvas, and I do that by well, pressing tab to get the image window, the toolbox window in the foreground again. I said new, and I want to create a new image. Well, the values are already here. 3,400 in width and 1,200 in height. So I have 3 images of 1000 by 1000 and 100 pixel border between them. Let's see how that works out. For getting this image into this one here, I select this image and simply pull the background of the image over to my image here. And you see here, background copy. This is, let me see, this was my leftmost image. I rename it to left, and I press return after typing, not going elsewhere. So this should be on the left side. And the next one here, this is the right side. Okay, I click and I pull this over and name it accordingly right. And the third one, now my computer gets really sluggish. Well, here. The third one is here, and this will become my center window. I pull it over, close this here, and rename it. Just a bit of overload on my computer here. I rename it center. I'll make the topmost layers invisible, and now first I want to scale this layer a bit down, and here you see the borders of the layer, and when I zoom down a bit here, let's say to about 10%, here you can see the full frame of this image. And when I click on the move tool, it's already selected here. Then I can move this image here, this layer. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer, I think. Well, yes, okay, the center layer was selected. I have to click here now. Now I can move this layer here and position the bottle, and more important, I can scale the layer down. I select here the scale tool, go to the tool info here, and say I want to keep the aspect ratio. I want to have the preview in the image. That's okay. And now I just click into the layer, fold this here to the side, and now I just reduce this. I think a bit less. And when I grab here, I can pull it over, and well, I think, and I can position it. I should have put some guidelines on here. So I go into 100% view, go to the left top corner, and now I pull the rulers down here. I tried that just now and forgot. I wondered why I couldn't move the ruler, and here is an option, move the active layer. Then I can move the active layer, and I can't grab this one here. It's a nice thing to protect. And now, okay, let's change that, and again here 100, going down, that must be 1100, and more to the right 1100. This is the frame for my image. Shift Control E gets me back, and now I switch back here to move the active layer, and I go down to 10%, or let's go down to let's go down to 13%. That's enough. Okay. Again, I click on scale and aspect ratio, keeping, and now pulling this also out of the way, I scale this down. Now I have the frame here to look into where I want to have this image, and I think this should be a bit smaller, still a bit smaller. I want to have the shards of glass here in the image. This is about okay. Now I click on scale, and my image is scaled. For getting the frame around it, I just add a layer mask, and I want to have it black, fully opaque, and just add it. So, and now I select my rectangle here, and select a rectangle inside the borders here, and fill them up with white. Just pulling the white over here. You see the bottle becomes visible. And for completing the frame here, I just zoom into it and I'll paint with white irregular strokes on the layer mask. Let's do that. I'll select here a soft brush and go to the dialog here, not with this brush, but I think first I'll use a soft brush for the first stuff here around. Of course I have to deselect my selection here, Shift Control A, deselects, and now I'll just paint with white. White is selected. I just paint with white here around. You see, while I'm painting white on the layer mask, I'm revealing the image below. And this is a bit too regular for my taste now, but okay. Now I'm selecting a different brush. This one here, that is better. Gets now a fuzzy corner. Perhaps I should zoom into 100%. Here you see it. I get kind of a fuzzy border here, and I'll make it a bit more fuzzy in a moment, just by painting twice around above it. It gets a little bit more irregular. I'm tumbling about my tongue today here. And so on. I don't finish that here now. So you see, the border gets, well, a bit like drunken. Perhaps this is not the right tool here, but you can use different tools. And I want to get this sharpness out of it now, and I use filters. I'm still working on the layer mask. You can check it here. The layer mask is selected with white here, and I select filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and I select a high blur count here. That's okay. This is okay. And now I have a really fuzzy border here around, a little bit like after a bottle of Jägermeister. And so let's look at the image here. Shift Control E. I have my first part of the triptych. I'll do the two others in the same way. I have finished this, and you see here I have a bit overpainted over the rulers, and I could do that here too. And now I want to remove the rulers, and refound a thing that I knew. I go to Image, Guides, and here I can remove all guides, and I found out I can do a new guide here and select the position numerically. Wonderful, just the thing I thought I needed before and had done it by hand. The GIMP has so much options, you can't really all see them. Let me get rid of this layer boundary here. So I want to have this bottle a bit more up into the corner, a bit more space here and a little bit less here. I think this is good here in the right corner. This coming out here, the shard of the piece of glass here, I like that too, but this should go up there. And okay, I'll go out of full screen mode, go to my layers here, deselect the center and the right layer to concentrate on this one here. And now I select this layer, and I need again my rulers. So guide, new guide, horizontal position 100. It works. And image guides, new guide, vertical 100. Okay. And now I select my move tool, go to the options, say move the active layer, and I just move this up here. Oh, I made a mistake. You know what mistake? Control Z gets me back. Here, the mask is selected. I want to move this one here. Okay, I select the image and I just pull it up, and the mask moves with it. I found no way to lock the mask, but I'll correct that. I select the layer mask and pull the layer mask back into my corner here. I think it was here. So, is this better? And now this image is finished with help from Jason in New York, and it shows the dangers of Jägermeister. Now this image isn't finished. A thing I normally don't forget, but I always forget when I'm recording, because I have to think about such a lot of other things than just making my image. I have again forgotten to save it. Save it as Jägermeister .xcf. XCF contains all the layer information, and I'll cut out all the stuff about rescaling it and for the web and so. You'll find a link to this file in the show notes at meetthegimp.org. And if you want to leave a comment there, please do that. I love comments, and I also love comments which have some things to criticize, because I want to get this show better. 19 people have sent their images to the photo group meetthegimp.org at 23. You can reach it with the link I just showed you on my homepage. And I got 19 participants with, I think, 22 triptychs. And now I'll show you them, and I'll show you them to the music which I use in my intro, made by Ghost. It's called Surreal in Vienna, and have fun.
Wake up, you'll what? And you'll be gone. Huh? Kindly remember you're just an insignificant figment of my magnificent dream. Ah, that old wives' tale about pacing yourself and make you feel pain when you're awake? Yeah, there's nothing to it. Observe, figment of my imagination, I pace myself. Ouch! The pain's fading. Still I breathe.
photocastnetwork.com, your photography resource in the potosphere. photocastnetwork.com